Welcome, friends. Today, we are doing another fragrance rotation video for the week ending the 12th of May, 2024. Awesome. That is right, my friends. Once again, I have returned to you with another fragrance rotation video. Tremendous. And this week has been strange. There has been a multitude of weathers, as there usually is in Britain. And my perfume choices have reflected that, although yesterday I made an error. And it's very rare that I make an error, but sometimes you just do make an error when picking your scent of the day. So let's begin. And on Monday, I did not make an error. And I wore Serge. Serge by Serge Lutens, one of the fragrances that I have reviewed, I believe. This is tobacco, hay, honey, iris. I get a huge iris in this. Huge. It is fantastic. This is not my vintage bottle, my Palais Royal version, which is a bit different from this. This is more socially acceptable, is probably the wrong way of putting it. It's more wearable it's more acceptable to the general public, I would have thought, you know. It's more irisy, a little bit more tobacco-y, floral. The other one is just, I'm going to do a comparison video at some point, which I hope you will enjoy. Performance on this is awesome. The dry down, the opening, everything about this fragrance is fantastic. I love it. One of the perfumes I fell in love with through Serge Lutens, along with, well, many others, to be honest, many others. Beautiful. Okay. Tuesday, I wore something completely different. On Tuesday, I wore Franchesco Smalto Pour Homme. Look at the damage I have done to that bottle. To me, this fragrance is one of the epitomes of it's for me. This is right up there with Gucci Nobile, but this sets itself apart with the anise at the top. The anise is very pronounced. The leather, it's what I call a smoke moss. It's a lavender, spicy, aromatic, slightly floral top and mid, and then it dries down to this absolutely amazing, smoky Italian leather fragrance. It's fucking beautiful. Doesn't get anywhere near the love it deserves in the fragrance community, but that's like normal. It's to be expected. It doesn't get the love it deserves on the vintage fragrance scene. A lot of people say this is average. I think in compare this to anything that's around today, and it stands up, at least stands up. It's almost certainly better, in my opinion. The leather oak moss thing in the base is an absolute joy to behold. I'm going to have to think about wearing this more often because it is getting quite close to the bottom. Made by Designer Parfums in England. Interesting. There's a little sticker which has faded away on the bottom. Anyhow, Next up, we have Enchanted Forest. Enchanted Forest is the only good fragrance from this house. I have samples of the rest and they are diabolical. They are absolutely rubbish. But this is amazing. It has the best blackcurrant leaf, blossom, fruit note that you will find. It's green. The fir in it is very green, the balsam fir, oak moss, vetiver, artemisia, and it's contrasted but also set off beautifully by this purple, like this kind of mix between like blackcurrant, artemisia, balsam, dark green leaf, like verdant green leaf, not pale, dark. Lots of nitrogen in them leaves. Beautiful. Absolutely stunning. The performance is brilliant as well. Ever so slightly boozy. Ever so slightly boozy. So I suggest that you try it if you like something a little bit fruity and a little bit sweet, with a little bit green as well. So it's got character. It's an awesome perfume. Okay. Next up, we have a fragrance I have been raving about for a while. This is from Maître Parfumier Gantier, and this is Bois de Turkey. Bois de Turkey was made in, oh God, what year were you made? I'm sure this was one of the first ones. So you're talking probably in like the 80s? Or was it? Don't know. Anyway, for me, this is all about the mandarin orange. The mandarin orange in here with the orange blossom gives it this slightly syrupy, boozy, fruity thing at the top, which is incredible. Along with like the bay. See, it's got like West Indian bay and iris. Beautiful French perfume. And then in the base, it's like patchouli, sandalwood, myrrh. It's very resinous, warm, ambery kind of thing. But you can wear it in the spring because it's got that kind of brightness from the mandarin, from the orange blossom, from the geranium as well. It's so well done. It's a very happy fragrance to me. It smells very happy, you know. I really love it. And speaking of happiness, on Friday, for the first time this year, I wore my happy fragrance. And this is Luciano Pavarotti. I've spoken many times about this fragrance. Don't think I have reviewed it, but I think this is awesome. I get a massive lavender in here, but it's not listed in the notes. But I get like a lavender kind of fougere thing going on, you know? I think it's classed as a sheep. Not a barbar sheep, but like an actual like sheepra. Made by David Appel, who is now a teacher at, I think, Givaudan. He's like the head teacher. He's like the head honcho at one of the big like perfume houses as far as like teaching perfumers. And frankly, I can see why. Because this is, considering it's a celebrity fragrance, right? It's one of the finest. It's right up there with Iquitos. Better than any celebrity fragrance released in the last 20 years by far. But this is like a real fragrance. If you didn't tell somebody this was like Pavarotti, like they would think it was released by like a Guerlain. This could easily be released by Guerlain and nobody would bat an eyelid, you know, or have been released by Guerlain, because the stuff they're making these days isn't great. I don't care if they're shifting units. Fresh at the top, like Petitgrain, lemon verbena. There's an incredible mix in the base of like tonka, patchouli, honey, benzoin. It's stunning. It just smells happy to me, you know? It just smells like happiness. I absolutely love it. And I used to wear this year round, but then I just wanted it to remind us of spring and summer, which it does. And the weather has been nice enough the last few days to actually wear it. So that is fun. Now, yesterday I made a mistake. Okay. And it's an understandable mistake because it's an amazing fragrance. But it is not the fragrance I should have worn yesterday. It was too warm. This is now for me, I've kind of managed to put this in, the early spring, autumn, and maybe even winter bracket. It's not for heat. And this is Iris Silver Mist. It's cool. It can be fresh as well. It's medicinal. It's almost like an iris soliflor, but it's not really floral. It certainly wasn't yesterday. Yesterday it felt like I'd been covered in wax. That's what it felt like. I was I didn't enjoy wearing it yesterday, even though it's a brilliant scent. I did not enjoy the wear yesterday at all. It was too much. It felt like I was laminated, you know. It's a very unusual wear. So I think I will put this away until autumn, because we are hurtling towards summer now, and hopefully the weather will pick up a bit. And on that note, I come to my scent of the day. And my scent of the day is something I have described as being the best blue fragrance ever. I'm not sure if I still stand by that, but it has got that aquatic ozonic thing going on. And this is Ambre Supreme by Les Indemnidables. Ambre Supreme was released in 2021. Was made by Antoine Lee. And, excuse me whilst I hydrate. It is aldehydes, sage, ambergris, big ambergris. It's got a massive dose of ambergris in. And something a little bit floral like Immortelle to just set it off. I plan to review this fragrance, so I shan't go any further in the description of it. Just know that the performance is awesome and I love it. And that is it, my friends. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you again soon.